Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. Don't wait for the right opportunity. Create it. People who say it cannot be done should not interrupt those who are doing it. The single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. We don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. After all, the wrong road always leads somewhere. Beware of false knowledge. It is more dangerous than ignorance. War does not decide who is right but who is left. There are two tragedies in life. One is to lose your heart's desire, the other is to gain it. A gentleman is one who puts more into the world than he takes out. There is no love sincerer than the love of food. Take care to get what you like, or you will be forced to like what you get. I learned long ago, never to wrestle with the pig. You get dirty, and besides, the pig likes it. Islam is the best religion and Muslims are the worst followers. Without art, the crudeness of reality would make the world unbearable. Make it a rule never to give a child a book you would not read yourself. Self-control is the quality that distinguishes the fittest to survive. I often quote myself, it adds spice to my conversation. Life is not meant to be easy, my child, but take courage, it can be delightful. To be in hell is to drift, to be in heaven is to steer. Dancing is a perpendicular expression of the horizontal desire. My religion, well, why dear, I am a millionaire. That is my religion. The possibilities are numerous once we decide to act and not react. The only time my education was interrupted was when I was in school. Only fools repeat the same things over and over, expecting to obtain different results. The secret to success is to offend the greatest number of people. Both optimists and pessimists contribute to society. The optimist invents the airplane, the pessimist the parachute. The reasonable man adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable one persists to adapt the world to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the unreasonable man. Success does not consist in never making mistakes, but in never making the same one a second time. A life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable, but more useful than a life spent doing nothing. Imagination is the beginning of creation. You imagine what you desire. You will what you imagine, and at last you create what you will. The people who get on in this world are the people who get up and look for the circumstances they want and, if they can't find them, make them. A cigarette is a pinch of tobacco rolled in paper with fire at one end and a fool at the other. I'm not a teacher, only a fellow traveler of whom you asked the way. I pointed ahead of myself as well as you. Patriotism is your conviction that this country is superior to all others because you were born in it. Any man who is not a communist at the age of 20 is a fool. Any man who is still a communist at the age of 30 is an even bigger fool. If you begin by sacrificing yourself to those you love, you will end by hating those to whom you have sacrificed yourself. The longer I live, the more convinced am I that this planet is used by other planets as a lunatic asylum. Now that we have learned to fly the air like birds, swim underwater like fish, we lack one thing: to learn to live on Earth as human beings. When a man wants to murder a tiger, he calls it sport. When a tiger wants to murder him, he calls it ferocity. The fact that a believer is happier than a skeptic is no more to the point than the fact that a drunken man is happier than a sober one. If at age 20 you are not a communist, then you have no heart. If at age 30 you are not a capitalist, then you have no brains.